Hi, this is Cal.
Hi, I'm Libby. We're Libby and Cal.
Yep, and we're coming to you on Borderline. And if you want to hear more of our music, you can hear us on
LibbyHortop.com or Bandcamp.
Across the tracks. It's time to go. Time to go. Across the tracks. Across the tracks. It's time to go. We're going across the tracks.
Across the tracks. That's what we call this program.
Nice.
And we are going over the Hagstrom-Schmidt affair. And I am with Libby and Cal.
Hi.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so tell me, Libby and Cal, how did this union happen?
Cal was in another band and we met at a festival. And it was really just a mutual friend saying, hey, you're both musicians, you should know each other. And we traded emails and listened to each other's stuff online.
Yep.
That took a few months to kind of listen and correspond a bit and say, hey, this is really good.
Yeah, I love the things that Libby was doing. Her songwriting was very unusual. Like chord structures were interesting. The lyrics were interesting, and it's like, oh, I think I could probably add something to this. So we gave it a shot, and it worked. So,
yeah. Tell me about your instruments.
That's where the title of the album comes from, because people are always asking us about our instruments. So Hagstrom is the brand of guitar that Cal plays. It's a Hagstrom 12-string, which is a Swedish brand.
Swedish brand, yep, made by Bjarten with the Hagstrom badge on it, made in 1969 or 70. I've had it since 1983 when I swapped it for a bicycle. And I play it in open tuning, EAD, GAD, and so it has a kind of a very much a kind of a drone sound to it. And Libby plays?
I play an autoharp. It's an Oscar Schmidt autoharp. That's where the Schmidt comes from, which is a factory-made autoharp. I got it off of Kijiji. I bought it off some guy in the market in Ottawa about 10 years ago. And I'd never played before that, never played autoharp before. If you don't know what an autoharp is, it's got 36 strings and a bunch of buttons which play chords for you, so you strum and you press a button at the same time.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a mini piano attached to an accordion with the key bits.
Yeah, the keys are like an accordion for sure, but the buttons that press chords, yeah.
Yeah, it's not an instrument I've seen very often, if at all. And the title sounds like some kind of illicit sex affair going on there, and you just defuse that whole thing. So,
nothing like that.
So let's dive into the record itself. It starts out with a song called "Storm Warning," and the honesty of the lyrics comes out right away. And what I get out of the whole record, in a sense, is it's not enough to be hopeful. You gotta roll up your sleeves and get to work. So start us off with "Storm Warning" in that song.
Yeah, I'm interested that that's the message that comes out throughout the album. It certainly is in this song, which has to do with. It's about the weather, but not really. It's a metaphor for interpersonal strife, relationships. But it is about also our relationship to the environment and technology, in the sense of relying on our phones to tell us what the sky is doing. I see it a lot, people not using their common sense because they have technology right in their pocket. So
yeah, convenience seems to be crippling our common sense.
I worry about it a lot.
I see the good in everyone. Do what I can with what I've got. Worrying won't do me any favors. I I can't find my way when I'm lost in thought. Problems that aren't even on the radar, rumblings that seem so far away. Everything is made to be unstable. Nothing can develop without change. Said there was a storm warning on your phone. Well, I don't need that. I just look up to the sky. Said there was a storm warning. In effect, I go to bed and let it be my lullaby. It's time to air our grievances. Can't pretend that we're doing just fine. Everyone's got dirty little secrets. Rush to get the laundry off the line. Said there was a storm warning on your phone. Well, I don't need that. I just look up to the sky. Said there was a storm warning. In effect, I go to bed and let it be my lullaby. Pressure builds behind the front, and I know that it's not enough to be hopeful. Gotta do the work, but I draw power from uncertainty. There is calm before the storm. There is peace after the rain. In the frenzy of the downpour, there is rhythm. Music for an ordinary day. Said there was a storm warning on your phone. Well, I don't need that. I just look up to the sky. Said there was a storm warning. In effect, I go to bed and let it be my lullaby.
Other things that come up, again, you're brutally, almost painfully truthful in a lot of the lyrics. In the song like Natural, there's a lot of moral dilemmas going on. Do you think it's courageous the way you write?
Oh, I'm surprised that you use that word, actually. Thank you. I use writing as a way of expressing myself, and I find it to be the safest way to express myself. So in a sense, it is courageous what I'm trying to say. It's just, to me, this is the safest way of doing it. it would be harder for me to actually write an essay on what I think, or to even talk to people one-on-one to say, I think blah, 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 blah. Like, to me, that's not a natural way of doing it, but this is how it comes out.
And in a song like Natural, are you just doing a character sketch of people that you know of? Or are a lot of the lyrics also personal, real stories coming autobiographically?
They are real stories, yeah. They're not from me. Natural in particular was based off of two people that I know and stories that they shared with me. I don't name those people, but sometimes Cal will.
Yes, sometimes I'll name them. Yes, the song is in two parts. One of the parts is absolutely autobiographical on my part.
Right, I wrote it about you, so I guess it's biographical.
Well, biographical, I guess, yes. Yeah. So, but yeah, based on some of my history. So yes, it's interesting. When you're around people who are prolific songwriters, stories often tend to turn up in lyrics, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. I sometimes I wouldn't have put it that way, but now I see it. It's like that's exactly what I mean. So it's kind of very neat. Yeah.
He was a friend of the family. You went to see him every Christmas Eve. All the adults would drink and talk. The boys ate all the chips and found their own fun. In the basement it touched him. They don't talk about it. That one night it touched him. And they tried to talk about it, and he said, you know, I'm not like that. And he said, well, I think I might be. But he said, well, we can't be like that together. They say it's not natural, but I say it's not fair. We're just being kids, we ain't doing no harm. And you know I would do it again. Yeah, you know I would do it again. He fancied the girl next door, and also the one down the road. In the shade of the shed, they all lay together and made their own fun. He turned to his left and he kissed her. He turned to his right and he kissed her. And he said, you know that I like you. And he said, you know that I like you too. But I know we can't all like each other. No. They say it's not natural, but I say it's not fair. We were just kids, we weren't doing no harm. And you know I would do it again. They say it's not natural, well I say it's not fair. Now that I'm grown, I'm still doing no harm. And you know I would do it again. Yeah, you know I would do it again.
In writing and performing the songs, it seems to me that you're really trying to get your message through. But of course, music is the way it is. Everybody's own experience absorbs the music and lyrics. And I'm sure I've talked to enough songwriters, they're always in wonder of how people hear it and what they think. But at times, do you ever concern yourselves with the misinterpretation of what you're saying? Is that ever a...
It's certainly a possibility. I mean, some of the topics that we deal with are not topics that are generally in popular music kind of lore. I mean, Libby tends to go into areas that are cerebral and kind of concerns and things that people have, and so yes, it can be a kind of an interesting thing. I remember one show we did a song and somebody came up afterwards and said, "You said you were in the spectrum as part of the lyrics." I can't believe you said that kind of in public. It's like, well, that's so many people are, but she was just surprised because somebody would say that and it would kind of validate what she herself was thinking, but would never say it out loud, so.
I tried to tell you what I thought, but the words would not escape my mouth. And every time you smiled, I could not talk. And every time you looked at me, I forgot. Myself lacking in judgment, my judgment was poor. I was seeking, you mistook it for a spiritual awakening, when all I really wanted was your touch. I read the books you told me to, discussed the coded messages with you that expressed the secret longing of my heart, that expressed the secret longing of my heart. Myself lacking in judgment, my judgment was poor. I was seeking, you mistook it for a spiritual awakening, when all I really wanted was your touch. The steps you recommended, I took a liking to your friends, but I can't stop thinking with my hands. I can't stop thinking with my hands. To keep me occupied, I was seeking, I was finding, myself lacking in judgment. My judgment was poor. I was seeking, you mistook it for a spiritual awakening, when all I really wanted was your touch. All I really wanted, all I really wanted, all I really wanted.
There are a lot of times on the album where the directness is surprising to the listener. It's like, wow. And let's get right to it. When the album title, I thought, well, that's a steamy, sexy affair. But there's a lot of sex on the record. There really is. It's so under the table.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's a dinner
Oh,
date.
yeah.
So let's talk about your dinner date here, under the table.
That was actually a song prompt. Under the Table was the theme that was given to me. This is a songwriting group in Ottawa. And I was the only one that took it in that direction.
Strange that.
Strangely. Yeah. But I mean, I think sexuality is a big part of who I am, and it's, again, one of those things that isn't easy for me to express in other ways, but through song, to me, it's a source of inspiration and power. Yeah, so why not write about it? I don't feel embarrassed when I'm singing, so that helps.
Yeah, and why should we? I guess, I mean, our lives start with sex.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's not like we're graphic. There's a lot of suggestion. A lot of people can take their imaginations where they want, and you know, some songs are fairly innocent as well as you know, in one interpretation, and then another interpretation could be considered kind of, you know, a little bit risque. But yeah, sexuality it's part of who we are as humans, and why shy away from it? It's I think it's a good thing.
I think it's a wonderful thing, and especially, I don't know, I'm a middle-aged woman, and I think for me to talk about it and reclaim it as something, you know, maybe I'm not supposed to think about this anymore, or like somehow it's supposed to be the domain of the young, and I think it's a part of healthy aging, you know?
Yeah.
I've invited you over for dinner. I know my kitchen's a mess, but I hope that you'll come, although I'm not known for my culinary prowess. I do my best work under the table, so let's get the guesswork out of the way. Do you like it hot? Do you like it cold? Do you like it fast? Do you like it slow? I do my best work under the table, so if I may be excused, then I'll get down to business. So you've chosen to join me for dinner. You clearly have excellent taste. First course is ready to savor, but you won't find dessert on your plate. I do my best work under the table, let's get the guesswork out of the way. Do you like it hot? Do you like it cold? Do you like it fast? Do you like it slow? I do my best work under the table, so if I may be excused, then I'll get down to business. So you're eating this microwave dinner. They say it's the thought that counts, but I'll cut to the chase. We can always switch places if you'd rather eat out. I do my best work under the table, so let's get the guesswork out of the way. Do you like it hot? Do you like it cold? Do you like it fast? Do you like it slow? I do my best work under the table, so if I may be excused, then I'll get down to business.
And one of the other great techniques you use throughout the record is your humor, and often was lucky enough to catch your show live, so the banter that goes on in song and the harmonies. So tell me how you two work out your harmonies and the role of humor in the writing.
The harmony's all you.
Yeah, harmony. I mean, it's way easier for me to sing harmony to something than it is to sing a lead. I mean, I'll just automatically harmonize to anything. Oh Canada. I mean, whatever it happens to be. So when Libby does most of the writing, I provide the odd kind of tune lick and sometimes some ideas and stuff. But I defer to her writing. So the one thing that I can contribute is the harmonies to it, and I like to not put just a regular third, or a fifth. I like to use the harmony as a sort of almost a counter melody, to really add to the sound. But as we're doing the songs and as we're rehearsing them, there's lots of room often for taking that little piece of humor that we can, that this part makes me laugh, so I'm going to add something that is hopefully going to make the audience laugh too, and it's or at least smile. We want people to enjoy themselves, and sometimes the topics that we cover are pretty heavy. And if people can also smile while they're being browbeaten by us, but if people can smile and see that, yes, as well as heavy stuff, you always have to remember there's always a light side as well. So we like to kind of mix and match.
Yeah, I don't take myself too seriously, so I can write funny lyrics, but he's much more of a showman than me, so he's gonna play it up for the audience.
Yeah. Yes, it's my domain, I'm afraid. I used to stay up all night.
Not all night.
Well, I'd stay up pretty late.
I used to sleep with all the guys. Well, I'd sleep sometimes. We used to smoke a lot of drugs before they legalized them all.
Oh,
just the ones that we did. Back when we were fun, imagining there was a time. Back when we were fun and we didn't overanalyze. Back when we were fun. each other. Yet back when the concerts were too loud, but we heard every note.
What?
Back when we'd get lucky at the bars.
I wasn't luck, sweetheart.
Back when our steps were light, our skin was smooth, our bodies alive.
Live?
Well, I was pretty live. Back when we were fun, imagining there was a time. Back when we were fun and we didn't overanalyze. Back when we were fun and we hadn't met each other. Some things never change.
I don't miss those bygone days.
My face can't stay forever young.
But I can keep it full of wonder.
I like to go to bed at 8.
More time for night pursuits.
I like to drink a lot of tea.
Put some in your whiskey.
I like to spend my days amazed by all the things I hadn't done, still hadn't done. Back when we were fun, imagining there was a time. Back when we were fun and we didn't overanalyze. I wanna spend my days amazed by all the things I haven't done, still haven't done.
Yeah, the song I was alluding to was back when we were
Fun.
back when we were fun, and this thing of nostalgia that I find exists. A lot of people are stuck in the past, be given the present. You know, they want to get back to the past, and I'm interested to know in a song like "Mental Load," where that mentality that exists in society, that mental load. A lot of people are having mental health challenges, and you do tackle these heavy topics. Talk about that song and what mental load. I mean, it's a loaded title.
Yeah, it is. I do think, besides all the funny stuff and the sexy stuff, there's a lot of mental health concerns coming out. I mean, I'm a mother of 3, so I do have a big mental load, I have to say. Like, you know, maybe when I'm traveling, they're less on my mind, but they're still always there. It's my number one priority. And I think there's a bit of a feminist bent to this record as well. So I wanted to point out the way women in particular have a really big mental load because they're charged with taking care of people in every domain. Like, even if they're working outside the home, they're, you know, they tend to be the people that are like, oh, you know, are my coworkers okay? Is my boss okay? You know, like, just thinking about the emotional states of other people. And that's just like background noise. You can't necessarily focus on what you have to do because you're worried about how people feel about what they have to do and what you have to do. It just never ends.
How come you just don't explode? I mean, it's just, there's so much there.
I don't know.
I think a lot about many things. Mostly what I'm not supposed to think about. At my age, I'm still 12 inside. I still fantasize about thighs and what lies between them. Think too much, but I wasn't good in school. I think too hard, but I'm not proud. My mental load is I see the point of temperance. I need them both. Both can coexist in balance, but it can't all happen at once. I think too much, but I wasn't good in school. I think too hard, but I'm not proud. My mental load is
Do you find the world today is high on drama?
I'm drama avoidant. I like to say I'm allergic to drama, which is a funny thing to say when you're a songwriter, but this is the way that I process drama.
I certainly steer away from drama as part of who I am. I really like to try and keep things simple, and I think drama tends to hyper focus on detail, and I like to see a larger picture at all times. And I think if you can do that, then you can sort of tease apart what's causing the drama and you can have a sort of antidote to it, because I think, yes, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of emotion. I don't know, I haven't analyzed where it might be coming from, but I do think it's something that we're going to have to deal with.
You always leap before you look. I know you're nimble and quick, but you gotta pick the right approach. You need someone to reach out to, someone to reach out to.
Well, what you gonna do about it?
Gonna bide my time.
And what you gonna say about it?
Gonna bite my tongue.
Well, are you in your right mind? You don't even look me in the eye.
So what you gonna do about it?
I'm damned if I know.
I am not wiser than my years. I'm just behind my peers. I need more than inner peace. I need something to freak out about. Something to freak out about.
Well, what you gonna do about it?
Gonna bide my time.
And what you gonna say about it?
Gonna bite my tongue.
Well, are you in your right mind? You don't even look me in the eye.
So what you gonna do about it?
I'm damned if I know. Does this mean goodbye?
I never said that.
Well, you never say anything.
Anything.
Well, I'm afraid of
Silence. You're afraid? Well, welcome to my world.
So what you gonna do about it?
Gonna bide my time.
And what you gonna say about it?
Gonna bite my tongue.
Well, are you in your right mind? You don't even look me in the eye.
So what you gonna do about
Well,
it?
what you gonna do about it?
What you gonna
thinking that possibly you mentioned the cell phone, right, and the weather.
Absolutely.
Is the drama coming from that device there where everybody's life is better than yours when you go there?
Absolutely.
And therefore, you don't think so great about your inner peace, and you're worried about your success, however it's measured in those social media circles. Act of service and what you're going to do about it. Those two songs to me are kind of a couplet to me, that it's about being real and seeking real truth.
Yes.
Your songs are always, I find it in hearing them, seeking the real truth, the one that's in your gut.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I find, doom scrolling does inspire my songwriting because of all that constant comparison to other people, success, beauty, happiness, all these things that you can put a show on of and not necessarily be that thing, right?
But I mean, you have to find it within yourself, and there's no other way of doing it. You can't get a subscription for it. You have to find that sort of inner calm, the acceptance that I may not be perfect, but I'm who I am, and I'm trying my best. And the constant comparison, I think, is the biggest problem with the kind of the cell phone or the smartphone kind of doom scrolling stuff. You're always comparing to somebody else, and so you're never going to be satisfied. Whereas you have to find that satisfaction kind of within you. We have between us, we have one flip phone, and that's it. We don't have a smartphone. We don't have that kind of in our lives.
Relics.
Yeah. So
we're old. We're relics, though. I mean, it's not about age. It's about.
You should see my 8-track, So.
Yeah, right. Don't actually have that. But I think not having a cell phone has been a really conscious choice for me. I've never had one, and I don't intend to get one. I realized, I'm a millennial, so I realized very early on when I was a teenager that the internet is super addictive, and I didn't like that feeling. I noticed it when I was a teenager, and I tried to take a step back, and I'm constantly managing it.
She wasn't true to him, 'cause he wasn't there for her. Truth is absolutely worth striving for, but it doesn't mean being true to some ideal that doesn't ring true for you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up my time. I'm giving you the only thing that's mine, an act of service. You deserve it. I show devotion by giving up. She wasn't there to stay, 'cause he wouldn't change his ways. She wasted her gifts, joined at the hip with her children, but I can't say she cared for them well. She wasn't well herself. I'm giving up. I'm giving up my time. I'm giving you the only thing that's mine, an act of service, 'cause you deserve it. I show devotion by giving up the promises we made were given in good faith. The promise of escape was a stronger temptation. The choices that remained were carefully weighed. Our choices are constrained by our expectations. It's true, it's true, it's true.
The album kind of also has solutions. It has recipes. Don't make it bigger.
Oh yes.
You know, and that's a great way to manage expectations. Is with that philosophy. Don't make it bigger, and not having a cell phone is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
If you can do it, I recommend it. I mean, having some sort of communication device like a cell phone is useful. A smartphone, I think, is not useful. So I think that kind of to me, that's, you know, I have gone down that road. In fact, I taught a technology course once to kind of a bunch of students, and I was the only one in the class who didn't actually have a cell phone. That I was explaining how it worked to them. But I think, I mean, yeah, there's a conscious choice there, and it's getting harder. I mean, how do you pay for parking now? You know, how do you do all this stuff? I mean, the world is becoming, one way that we're not able to contribute fully. So it's a tough thing.
I worry about getting left behind, but I also really think that people might come back to it and say, like, you were right all along. I keep hoping.
You're just a trendsetter, that's all.
Might think I stand for nothing at all, but I'm dedicated to keeping it small. Don't make it bigger than it is.
Don't make it bigger than it is.
Don't make it bigger than it needs to be. Not engage. Only respond to direct invitation. Only to direct communication. Nobody told me the future would be this overstimulating. We're so plugged in, nobody's free. Don't make it bigger than it is.
Don't make it bigger than it is.
Don't make it bigger than it needs to be. Engage. Only respond to direct invitation. Only to direct communication. I know my place. I like it that way. 'Cause at least I'm sure of something. And I belong somewhere. Don't make it bigger than it is.
Don't make it bigger than it is.
Don't make it bigger than it needs to be. Engage. Only respond to direct invitation.
another one of the songs. It's that measurement of other people's expectations. This disappointment. You may not be disappointed in yourself, but others perceive your life and they cast aspersions on your success or not. And again, you write very directly about that.
Yeah, that one is pretty personal. I would say, like, I had 3 babies who were in my arms not so long ago, it seems, and I am an only child, and I worry about who's going to take care of my parents as they get older. And then the third verse is kind of almost like doom scrolling into the future, my own future. It's what am I going to do when I no longer have other people to take care of? Am I going to be myself, or am I going to have nothing left?
Or is anybody going to notice you?
That's right.
Because if for you in that role, you're continually going to have to take care of somebody until there's nobody to take care of. And as I was saying last night in the show, my mother was like that. She took care of us all, and then she took care of my father, and then she took care of her mother, and so on. And then once she was in a position of having nobody to take care of for the first time in her life, she didn't know who she was. She had lost that person that she was. The things that she had planned to do, she was unable to do them. And I felt really, really sad about that. So it was, this song really spoke to me when I saw the lyrics. Like, wow, that's.
Yeah, it's a good question for you, Cal, in that if Libby's doing most of the lyric writing, when she brings the lyrics to you, you're dissecting them a little bit like I am right now here, right? Like except you have to perform them. So I mean, you have to participate in them, and there must be times where you are just, wow.
I sometimes. What Libby does tends to do every year in February is do a songwriting challenge. Want to speak to that?
Every February I just have a personal practice of writing 10 songs.
Yeah, so post some of them on YouTube, and sometimes I'll look at them the first time and just my jaw will drop. It's like, wow, like people can say that, and the topics that are covered, and I was like, wow, just wow. And often when you 10 people listening to a song, they'll have 10 different opinions of what it's like. So I will hear a song and I will interpret it through my own experiences, which may be completely different than Libby's experiences in writing it. And I think that's fine. That's fine, and we will talk about that. Like, what does it mean to you? And often, if we're talking, well, what are we going to say on stage about this song? And I'll come up with my interpretation of it. It's like, well, that wasn't really what it was about, but so it's I like that. I don't question it. I mean, any song that you listen to, you form an impression in your head, and it's valid. So I don't need to know necessarily what the songwriter was thinking, but if it means something to me, then that's a success for that songwriter.
Now my 3 babies have grown, they have grown, and I can't make a home anymore. I never wanted to settle for less, I was destined for more. And I always thought I'd be better than this disappointment of yours. Mommy and Daddy were all that I had. a child on my own. No sisters or brothers to help with the load as mommy and daddy grow old. I never wanted to settle for less. I was destined for more. And I always thought I'd be better than this disappointment of yours. This disappointment of yours. Above and below, they've got somewhere to go, but me, I've got nowhere to be. When they are gone, I don't wanna be free. There's nothing left of the old me. I never wanted to settle for less. I was destined for more. And I always thought I'd be better than this disappointment of yours. I never wanted to settle for less. I was destined for more. And I always thought I'd be better than this disappointment of yours. This disappointment of yours. This disappointment of yours. This disappointment of yours. This disappointment.
I can't tell you as I listen to it that, you know, and I really only, it's fresh to me, but in the first listen, then in second, and by the third, I'm like, wow, it challenges you to think about how I'm spending my time in the most meaningful way, and that how precious the time is, and a minute should not be wasted. The rose on the grave, and anytime you start talking about your parents and you start to see the timeline, and as you inch forward to the front of the line, how you spend your time becomes important, and not just thinking about it, but then actually spending that time in a meaningful way. Talk about that song.
The Rose on the Grave. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll just say, oh, well, I love roses, and that's true, and I will take the time when I'm walking along the street. If I see roses, I'll just go and smell it, because what is more important, honestly, than that experience? So that's kind of the silly explanation for the song, and yet it's also very profound, because to me, smelling roses is such a great pleasure in life that I'm willing to go out of my way a little bit, you know, waste time doing that. But of course, when you bring in the word grave, it's got a lot of heaviness, a lot of meaning, and it is about death. It's about aging, sort of rebirth as well, I would say. What to say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in my 60s, so I'm way more conscious now than I was 10, 20, 30 years ago, that, you know, there's a limited time available, and I hope my end isn't imminent, but I also hope that I have the chance to do the things that are meaningful with the time that I have remaining, however long that might be. So it's real to me, and I think, yes, wasting time, and that comes into the doom scrolling as well. Wasting time living other people's lives and not living your own seems to be a very sad way of going through life. We only have it once, you know. So let's make the most of it.
Won't last forever. No need to tell her. She can see the writing on the wall. Give up on the dream of fortune, fame, and finding meaning. Things you can't imagine life without. The rose on the grave, withered with age. Strange how it speaks to me tonight. The rose on the stem will bloom again, and its fragrance will wash over me. This time together, no way to measure how many good years lie ahead. The very thing that saps our strength can spur us on and make us think of better ways to spend the time remaining. The rose on the grave, withered with age. Strange how it speaks to me tonight. The rose on the stem will bloom again, and its fragrance will wash over me. Fully invested, no need to question. Can't let this beauty go to waste. You could say I flowered late. I know it's just a tired cliche, but these days I feel pretty tired myself. A rose on the grave, withered with age. Strange how it speaks to me tonight. The rose on the stem will bloom again, and its fragrance will wash over me. And its fragrance will wash over me. And its fragrance will wash over me.
Yeah, the most impactful lyric on the whole record to me is the future's coming to an ugly head.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of this conversation really, it's under there, and it's like, okay, recognize that, and we're aging, age with purpose, age with grace, but you have to recognize that there's something there that we didn't see, right? I mean, if we're at the age we're at, we didn't see this coming. I mean, I think it's fair to say, right, that what the heck happened? How did this get here?
Yeah.
So the future is coming to an ugly head. How are we dealing with this, Libby?
Oh dear.
What's the recipe? Libby, tell us. We need to know.
Yeah.
I
Is our
don't
best
know.
ahead of us, or are we past our best?
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I do want to get old. I'm not sure I want to see how it ends. That's the lyric is, I want to get old. I want to see how it ends. The future's coming to an ugly head. I do think things are going in a bad direction in certain places, but I also see a lot of hope. I mean, the whole cell phone thing, I don't want to hammer on about it, but honestly, aside from internet addiction, cell phone addiction, like when I look to the children, I see a lot of great stuff coming down the pipes. Like they're really engaged and
Right.
they care. They're super smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're also starting from an awareness that we didn't have. I mean, things that like environmental issues. I mean, they were kept hidden from us for so long, and kids nowadays know their starting point is way different than ours, and so if they're motivated enough, then it can be up to them to make the changes that we need to make, because sure as hell we're not doing it. We should be. We know what we have to do, and maybe the kids will just say, forget it, we're going this way, and that would be good. That would be a good thing, and I'll support them. So yeah, who knows?
When the record is in the can and done, and you go back and listen to it and what you've written, are you happy with this record, or did you leave some things in there and you say,
I'm pretty happy. I don't actually listen to it very much. I don't really listen to myself. I mostly just perform it, but I still enjoy performing the songs, so I guess that's a good sign. I'm really happy when other people listen closely, as you have done, and notice things about it, because I think there's a lot that I'm trying to say, and I hope that people take the time to listen.
Mm-hmm. I don't think, I think if you ask that question to any musician, they would always say, yeah, but then there's that thing in that song that I should have added that bassoon solo, and there's always going to be something to
that's your department.
Oh yeah. Oh, that harmony. Oh, that's a little flat. But overall, I really like how it feels as a work. We were very lucky to have some cello in there too in some of the songs, which really adds so much beauty and depth. And it was a fun time. We work really well with James Stevens, who records for us, and he's just a marvelous person to work with. So it was an enjoyable thing. And unfortunately, my hearing is so bad, but some of the songs have birdsong on them, which was just part of what was happening around the studio at the time. I don't hear it, unfortunately, but sure, if I cranked it high enough I might. But it's just I enjoy the experience. I love the songs. Would I do them differently again? Yeah, if we had another chance to do those songs, they would probably come out slightly differently. But the overall sound, yeah, I really like it, and we already have half the next one written, so we're just itching to go back in the studio.
I wanna get old, wanna see how it ends. The future's coming to an ugly head. I wanna give up, no one would hold a grudge. They never thought that I'd amount to much. He doesn't mind, he likes the respect he gets, but nobody sees me now that I'm past my best. I used to be the one to order seeds and soak the beans and feed my family, but now I've got myself a little shack in the back of someone else's house. He doesn't mind, he likes make you look. I've got more chapters than your favorite book. If I were young, I'd make a better hero. But hear me out,
I've got more chapters than
I'm
your
a bigger deal now. I wanna turn heads, wanna make you look.
Hear me
I've got more chapters than your favorite book.
now.
He doesn't mind, he likes the respect he gets. Nobody sees me now that I'm past my best. He doesn't mind, he likes the respect he gets. But nobody sees me now that I'm past my best.
Libby and Cal, thanks for giving us a lot of background and deeper meaning to these already very deep songs. And I challenge any listener that the challenges you put out there are really, at the end of the day, not to turn away from them, face them.
Face them, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's plenty of ways, and you've presented them here. So thanks for the record. Thanks for coming on in and going across the tracks.
Well, thank you so much for having us, Adrian. That was wonderful. Yeah, and thanks for doing this for musicians.
We've gone across the tracks. This has been a Borderline Entertainment production.
Hi, this is Cal.
Hi, I'm Libby. We're Libby and Cal.
Yeah, and we're coming to you on Borderline. And if you want to hear more of our music, you can hear us on
LibbyHortop.com or Bandcamp.